Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing Ninjago retcons, specifically in Ninjago Dragons Rising, and we are going to be discussing whether or not these retcons are actually all that bad. Now, following Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 1 and its conclusion, I think it's safe to say that Dragons Rising so far has retconned quite a bit about Ninjago's past and changed a lot of things to fit its narrative, which is nothing new for Ninjago. We've seen that happen time and time again. Every single Ninjago season goes back to the past and meddles with it in some way to either establish something new in Ninjago history or maybe showcase something from a different perspective. I think one of the more famous examples of a recent Ninjago retcon was from Ninjago Crystallized, when the Overlord revealed that he was the one that corrupted the Devourer all those many years ago. And back during Ninjago Season 1, the Ninjago writers did not have that in mind. But with Ninjago Dragons Rising, we saw a lot more of those, and some of which caused quite a few negative reactions throughout the Ninjago community. So in today's video, we are just going to be running down 3 big examples of Dragons Rising retcons, and I will simply be giving my thoughts on them. Are they as bad as people initially described them to be? The first one is probably one of the more infamous ones, that of course being the young Lloyd design, which we saw back during Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 1 Part 1 during a flashback sequence where Lloyd is remembering his training with Master Wu. In this sequence, we can see a young Lloyd who clearly does not look the same as he did back during Ninjago Seasons 1 and 2 when he was actually young. And on top of that, we have Jillian Michaels not reprising her role. Instead, it is simply Sam Vincent, Lloyd's current voice actor, as opposed to Jillian Michaels, who was the original voice for Lloyd. And I remember when this came out, some Ninjago fans were very unhappy that Dragons Rising was changing this. But was Dragons Rising actually trying to retcon this for Lloyd? This is something that I think Ninjago fans could argue being a retcon, and something that doesn't really seem like a retcon at the same time. Because sure, they are showing a flashback featuring a younger Lloyd wearing his Ninjago legacy suit, already having his green eyes, and being voiced by his modern day voice actor. But that doesn't really seem like a retcon to me, because they're not trying to go back and say this is what Lloyd looked like back during Ninjago Season 1 or Season 2. I suppose the argument could be made that since the ninjas' designs changed during Ninjago Season 8, maybe the Ninjago series was trying to retcon their designs, and this is how they've always looked. But that can't be true, because even during Ninjago Sons of Garmadon, we see flashbacks of older Ninjago content where the ninjas' designs are the original designs, meaning to me that the movie designs are simply just older versions of the original designs that we know for the ninja. And in the context of the young Lloyd design from this Dragons Rising scene, this is simply just a reuse of assets. And more specifically, like I said at the time, this is simply the Ninjago series trying to promote the young Lloyd design that exists during this point in time. The design that Lloyd uses for this flashback is the exact same design that Lloyd uses in the Ninjago Legacy set, the Ninjago City Gardens, which was still on the market by the time this episode was coming out, meaning that more than likely this is not Ninjago trying to retcon something from the past. Instead, this is Ninjago simply trying to promote its current line of products by using a design that is currently out there on the market. Nothing more, nothing less. Do I think that it's kind of weird? Sure, obviously, it kind of throws a lot of longtime Ninjago fans off guard. Even myself watching this flashback, I wasn't super on board with it because the design for Lloyd was overly distracting. But do I think it's a retcon? Is Ninjago trying to say that this is how Lloyd looked the entire time? No, I don't think so. Something that was actually retconned, though, during Ninjago Dragons Rising was the entire concept surrounding the Cloud Kingdom, which in earlier Ninjago seasons was described as the place where everyone's destiny was written. Which, again, I was never really on board with, and a lot of other Ninjago fans I remember at the time were kind of blown away by this, especially because they mentioned that they decided that Lloyd would become the Green Ninja, not that destiny itself determined that. According to the Cloud Kingdom, destiny wasn't made up along the way, it was written from the start. But in Dragons Rising Season 1, that was retconned. When we revisit the Cloud Kingdom during Dragons Rising, we learn that the Cloud Kingdom monks do not actually write destiny. Instead, they are glorified Ninjago fan theorists, making predictions that sometimes turn out to be true, but sometimes not. With some Cloud Kingdom monks still believing that they write destiny, but the overall concept of writing destiny, at least for the Ninjago audience, was pretty much dismissed in Dragons Rising Season 1, which, thank goodness. And that wasn't wasn't something that was changed, that's how it's always been. Dragons Rising establishes that this is how the Cloud Kingdom has worked for years, and what we saw during Ninjago Season 5 is not actually what the reality is regarding the Cloud Kingdom. And like I said, I think that is a very good change, because the idea of destiny being predetermined and on one set path, I never really enjoyed that concept, not only in Ninjago, but for movies and TV shows in general. We've seen a lot of shows out there try to tackle the whole destiny is predetermined mindset, and it never really works, because we recognize that the characters' decisions are not their own decisions. Instead, they are simply the decisions of someone else who is writing the entire thing. So in Dragons Rising Season 1, with the Cloud Kingdom being retconned, I really enjoy this one, and I haven't really seen anyone complain about this. If anything, this is probably the most universally respected retcon of the entirety of Dragons Rising. But now let's get into something that a lot of Ninjago fans really did not like, and that is the first Spinjitsu Master retcon that we saw during Dragons Rising Season 1 Part 2. Now, in Dragons Rising Part 2, we learned that the first Spinjitsu Master not only created Ninjago, but also some of the other realms. And in response to this, a lot of Ninjago fans were caught off guard. Some Ninjago fans thought that the first Spinjitsu Master literally making other realms aside from Ninjago made Ninjago less special. But we gotta remember, the first Spinjitsu Master, he gets retconned pretty much every single Ninjago season. Even during Ninjago Seabound, it was retconned that the first Spinjitsu Master did not create Ninjago, but instead the realm of Ninjago already existed. All the first Spinjitsu Master did was make the island of Ninjago. So in Dragons Rising Season 1, when the spirits of the temple say that the first Spinjitsu Master made other realms in addition to Ninjago, I believe what they mean is the first Spinjitsu Master simply traveled to other realms and either established more land, more life, or just extended the realm in general. I think that's what they mean here. And I don't think that makes Ninjago less special, because the first Spinjitsu Master, he already has ties to places outside of Ninjago. He was never just restricted to Ninjago, and as a result, learning that he is simply not restricted even more so to just creating Ninjago, that doesn't baffle me. I saw some folks say that maybe this humanizes the first Spinjitsu Master less, but honestly, he was never really human to begin with. I never got the sense that the first Spinjitsu Master was just a guy. I mean, sure, like I said, in Ninjago Seabound, we learned that maybe he did not create the entire realm of Ninjago, but still he created the entire island. That is not something that just a regular guy can do. This guy literally is a god, and he always has been. And in Dragons Rising Season 1, we learned that he created more realms too. And so what? That fits in with what we already know about the first Spinjitsu Master being a godlike figure. Like I said, when this was first revealed, a lot of people really did not care for it, and you are certainly entitled to your own opinion, but I don't agree with all of the negativity surrounding this retcon. I think it makes sense personally, so I'm not super upset by it. And with that being said, there are other retcons in Ninjago Dragons Rising and just Ninjago in general that I do think deserve some discussion, so maybe I will do a follow-up to this video at some point down the line, but I just wanted to tackle the 3 retcons in Ninjago Dragons Rising that mean the most to me personally. And I wanted to spend some time talking about the backlash that these retcons have received, at least in some cases, and whether or not that was deserved. I personally don't mind Ninjago retconning things about the past. I think that is right at home for the Ninjago series, and I'm excited to see what happens next year for Dragons Rising Season 2, and what else gets changed. But until next time, thank you so much for watching today's video. Leave all of your thoughts and theories down below. What do you personally think about these retcons? Why do you think they were made? And how do you feel about Ninjago retconning things in general? Leave all your thoughts down below, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. That'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.